Yeah, man. Yeah, my last stream, my fault. My last stream, it just it did what it do. This shit did some old weird shit. So you feel me? And I'm mobbing right now. So my bad. If the picture is a little dark or whatnot, you know what I mean? Because it's getting dark. But I had to restart the stream over or create a part two. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit just stopped. It just stopped recording. You know what I mean? Right in the middle and shit. So back to what I was saying, man. Let me try to remember where the fuck I was at. Yeah, see, I said I was gonna try to stop cussing, but nigga cussing like a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm talking about? But so where I was at with it was I was talking about how the media and fans like to separate whoever is the best player on the team from the rest of the team. And I just don't do that. If you're gonna get the credit, if you're gonna give all the credit to the best player when the team does well and is successful and wins, well, how you give the blame to everybody else when they lose? It don't work like that. So I'm saying I'm loyal. For one, I'm a loyal nigga. Just off the rip, just off Jump Street, right? And in particular, with this team that then gave this Bay Area all of these fucking championships, 4 championships to be exact, in the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And so my thing is like this. The title of this live is I'm riding with Steph, Klay, Dray, and Steve Kerr to the end. And that's what you do when you loyal, right? So y'all want to trade away Klay Thompson. You want to trade away Draymond Green. You want to give away Steve Kerr. That's all fine and dandy. But just understand, ain't no more championships after that. That's all I'm saying. Just understand that ain't gonna be no more championships, bro. I'm gonna try to put all this shit in perspective for y'all, you know what I'm saying, in this little 30 minutes, man. But it's like this with me. If I'm with you when we up in any level of life, any part of life, but since we talking about sports and the Golden State Warriors, I'm gonna just keep it on that. But if I'm with you when we up and we successful and things is going well, I'm gonna be with you when we ain't on top no more. When we on the way down, when everything ain't as copacetic as it used to be. It's called loyalty. I'm not finna be all with you when everything is up, and then all of a sudden when a little turbulence hit, now fuck that nigga, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? We throw them to the wayside, huh? Where they do that at? Like my thing is like this, and the reason why I said what I said about Steph and the fact that he ain't perfect. Yes, he's the best player on the team, but he's not perfect. And everybody else is just the only ones fucking up. Nah. Right now, it's January 6th, 2024. They had a game where they should have beat the Denver Nuggets 2 nights ago. Okay? The last 5 minutes of the game, they had an 18-point lead with 6 minutes to go at home. The last 5 minutes of the game, I mean, where was Steph Curry? He was nowhere to be found. Okay? No points, shooting wild threes, and then the most I'm using one of Stephen A. words, one of the most egregious moves that he did was that fucking turnover. Bro, it's tied up. We already blew the fucking lead. These motherfuckers been blowing leads left and right this year. It's 127. Jokic just tied the fucking ball game up. It's 26 seconds. Meaning we can get the last shot. Yeah, it's a 24-second shot clock, but we can get the last shot. This nigga come down. Steve Kerr don't call timeout, and I don't fault him for not calling timeout once Jokic made that shot, because he feeling like this. Man, what the fuck I'm gonna call timeout for? You niggas done blew another motherfucking damn near 20-point lead for the 4th, 5th, 6th time this season. I'm not calling no timeout. Y'all motherfuckers figure this shit out. Now, in hindsight, maybe he should have called a timeout, but I don't blame him. This nigga Steph Curry come down, dribble, all this motherfucking dribbling, and then decides to throw, y'all know that wraparound over the head pass shit that he be throwing that get fucking intercepted and stolen 50% of the time? Yeah, he did that shit, okay? But it's not that he did that. It's the time in which he chose to do that. Like, what are you thinking in that moment? You're supposed to be one of the most cerebral, intelligent players on the team in the league. Okay? What in your head is telling you that, hey, you know what? We done already blew the lead. It's a tie game. What? And I got a chance to get the last shot and win the game, or if I miss it, then we at least go to overtime. But fuck that. Why don't I dribble? Can't go nowhere, okay? See Wiggins way across the fucking court. When I got Chris Paul at the top of the key, I can just make a regular pass to him, and then maybe he can get it to Wiggins. But I'll see Wiggins across the court and do a wraparound hook pass across the court through traffic and shit in a game that we done already blew the lead, where we need wins, and it's like 4 seconds. When he decided to make that pass, it was like 5 or 6 seconds left. Why? Why do you do that? Like, that was a fucking easy pass to pick off. You're not getting that pass through. Like, what in your head is telling you that you can get that pass through all of them motherfuckers? In that moment, though, when the game is on the line, then you choose to do that. That shit reminded me of that behind-the-back pass that he threw in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals to Klay Thompson. That shit went to the fucking 4th row and shit. Like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? They say you're the greatest shooter of all time, which you are. They're saying you're a top 10 all-time player now. Top 10. That's elite legendary company, okay? When you talk about top 10 in the NBA history, you talk about Michael Jordan, you talk about Kobe Bryant, you talk about Larry Bird, you talk about LeBron James, you talk about Shaq O'Neal, you talking about Magic Johnson, you talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you talk about Tim Duncan, you talk about Bill Russell, you talk about Will Chamberlain, okay? You talk about Hakeem Olajuwon. These are the people that you're talking about. All-time greats. And you choose to do that? I don't get it. So my point in saying that is Steph Curry is not infallible. He's just not. He has contributed to the mediocrity, the mediocre play of the Golden State Warriors. He ain't been flawless. That first 10 games, yeah, but since then, and even before that, like, it was the previous 4-5 games, the nigga couldn't hit a fucking shot. And this is coming from, there's no bigger Steph Curry fan in the world than me. There's none. Okay? But I call it how I see it. I'm not a fanboy to the point to where I see this nigga fucking up and I'm going to blame everybody else. I'm going to blame fucking Steve Kerr like all these fucking Warriors fans want to do, right? So I'm saying that to say this. Steph Curry hasn't done all of this on this dynasty is not just Steph Curry and that's it. It's not. So if you want to get rid of Klay and you want to get rid of Draymond and all that shit, just understand and know and understand that championships are over. You ain't bringing in nobody to come in and replace that. And, oh, yeah, we're going to. No, you're not. It's over. Okay? So this is where I'm at with it. I got all my emotional shit out the way last year. I told myself this year I'm not doing it. This team not going to give me a fucking heart attack this year. It's just not going to happen. So I removed myself emotionally from... I have removed my emotions from when I watch this team. I still want my team to win and all that, but I see the writing on the wall. It's on the way down. Okay, the dynasty is coming to an end. Okay, I still believe that they can squeeze one more championship out. They gotta play right though. You know, they gotta stop fucking turning the ball over and doing this dumb shit and blowing these motherfucking leads. That's the fuck they gotta do. Okay, so my thing is like this. If the Golden State Warriors don't win another championship in this era, guess what, guys? It's okay. It's okay. It's totally fine. They've given us 4 championship rings since 2015. It's a dynasty. This is a dynasty. Okay? There's only of the NBA. And the Golden State Warriors are one of them, okay? The 60s Celtics, okay? You got the 80s Celtics, the 80s Lakers. You got the 90s Bulls. You got Shaq and Kobe's Lakers. And you got Tim Duncan's Spurs. I may be missing one. If I am, forgive me. And then you got us, the Golden State Warriors. That's it. That's it. So my point in saying that is to say, bro, you guys have to understand what this team has done, and this type of shit don't just happen all the time, bro. This ain't just supposed to happen. This is a dynasty. And most likely, once Steph, Klay, and Dray are gone, we ain't going to see this again for our lifetime, bro. I'm not saying the team ain't going to be good again and shit, but the odds that we're going to see another dynasty in our lifetime in the Golden State Warriors, from the Golden State Warriors, it's very improbable. It's not likely. Not impossible, but very unlikely. So what I've done is I've told myself I'm just going to enjoy watching the remainder of this era. Like, I ain't fit. Yeah, sometimes during the game, you know, you get frustrated, you get mad watching the game with certain things and certain, you know, maybe certain things that the certain players do, maybe certain, you know, coaches' decisions that Steve Kerr makes or whatever. But I keep it all in perspective. That, man, this team didn't gave us you guys gotta understand, dog. Okay, I have been a Warriors fan since the early 90s. I remember when this team was not shit. I have been there through all the bad times, all the bad years. I remember that. So all the Warrior fans that are of my age and older that have been true Warriors fans, you know, since like when I was a kid in the 90s and even before that, they understand. We all understand that this type of shit don't just happen, my nigga. So appreciate. Like it's like what frustrates me is like I listen to and 95-7 the game. You niggas is some stupid, sad, sorry sons of bitches. All you niggas do all day, every day on the radio station is talk shit about these fucking champions. and you guys incite the fans to feel a certain way because they don't know what the fuck going on. Most of these NBA fans, these Warrior fans, they don't know the fucking game like that. They don't know what the fuck going on. So that's why they call in all hot and mad. I'm tired of Draymond. I did this and that and blah, blah, blah. And we can replace him with such and such. And Steve Kerr isn't that. Like, bro, you guys don't understand, bro. Like, so Steve Kerr has won 9 championships since he's been involved in the NBA. 5 as a player, 4 as a coach. Okay? That's Phil Jackson level type shit. This nigga's like the new Phil Jackson and shit. And y'all want to get rid of him? Like, these fans call in and talk like they know more than him. They call stations, give their opinion, and they talk like they know more and they have more basketball knowledge than Steve Kerr, who part of 9 NBA championships. Play greatest players of all time, the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. Okay, played with Scottie Pippen, played with Dennis Rodman, played with Tim Duncan, played with Manu Ginobili, played with Tony Parker. These are all-time greats. Okay, was coached by Phil Jackson, coached by Greg Popovich, and let's not even forget his college coach at Arizona, Lute Olson, another legend. This man knows basketball. He knows of what the fuck he's doing. So when y'all call in talking about you want to get rid, that just lets me know you don't know shit about the game. You don't know shit about basketball. You don't know shit about the NBA. If you think getting rid of Steve Kerr and bringing in some other motherfucker is gonna fix the shit, it's not, bro. This man has won 4 championships with this team. He just won a motherfucking championship a year and a fucking half ago. What the fuck? There has not even been 2 full NBA seasons that have passed since the Warriors last won their championship. There's only been 1 full NBA season that has passed. And y'all want to get rid of Steve Kerr? I'm not saying he can't be criticized or critiqued. But you don't know more than Steve. When a motherfucker show me 4 championships, I'm going to believe that he knows what the fuck he doing. You talk about 4, not 1, not 2, not even 3, 4, motherfucker. But nah, he don't know what the fuck he doing. He don't know what the fuck. He don't know what the fuck going on. That shit is just wild to me, bro. I understand being upset at a coaching decision or being upset at but all this getting rid of and like, bro, you guys don't understand loyalty. You guys don't understand really what these guys have given us. Like, and what it shows me is the souls of the human race. Like, when everything is all good and everything is up, y'all fuck with motherfuckers. But as soon as a little turmoil hit, then y'all want to, I'm moving on to the next. Fuck this nigga. Fuck everything that he done did for me or she done did for me. You know what I mean? How they done looked out. They may be going through a little bad time right now, but hey, that's on them. Fuck them. I got to move. Like, what type of shit is that? Like I said, if I'm up, if I'm with you when we up, I'm gonna be with you when we down. That's just how I am, right? So in saying that, my dude, Klay Thompson has given this team so much and helped contribute to 4 championships that I don't give a fuck. Oh, Klay, this guy, he missed it. Man, I don't give a fuck if Klay Thompson missed every single shot that he takes for the rest of his career in a Golden State Warrior uniform. I don't give a fuck, nigga. He can go 0 for his next 2,000. That's my dog. I'm riding with him. He earned that. That's what you do. You don't just turn your back on legends, on champions like that. Nigga, it's loyalty. I'ma still be here with you, my nigga, on the way down. Draymond Green. Now let's get to Draymond Green. It's the same thing. I'm riding with Draymond Green to the motherfucking end, big dog. Okay? Now, let's get to these suspensions and shit, because I'm going to just say this. This last situation with Nurkic, with Yusuf Nurkic or whatever the fuck, when against the Phoenix Suns, when Draymond did that, the nigga Skip Bayless said it's an MMA move. When Draymond pulled that MMA move and did that spin around, slap slash hook punch, or whatever the fuck that shit was, that was his whole career, where he did something on the court where I was like, okay, dude, you tripping on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, what was that? He talking about he trying to sell. I sell calls. I'm selling the call. I sell the calls with my arm, dude. Just say you're lying. Okay, just stop. Okay, so, but that was the first one where I said, okay. It wasn't really you didn't need to do all that, bro. Like you kind of went overboard with that one, right? But the Rudy Gobert choke, earlier this year, I had no problem with that. He was defending his fucking teammate, nigga. This nigga Rudy Gobert ran up to Klay Thompson and proceeded to put his hands and arms around Klay Thompson's neck. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're trying to de-escalate the situation, grab your teammate. Grab your nigga. Don't grab my nigga. Because if you grab my nigga, then I got to grab you. And that's what the fuck he did. And I applaud him for doing that shit. I hope he do this shit again. Now, I know he can't do it again because they own him right now. He hot. But, every time, my nigga, I hope he do some shit like that. Because, and what I don't understand is, how does Draymond Green... I got no problem if y'all want to kick Draymond out the game or whatever, for that. But Rudy Gobert got to go too then. How this big French bitch stay in the game? I don't understand that. He grabbed Klay Thompson around the neck, so Draymond Green came and defended his teammate and pulled his ass. I don't give a fuck. He grabbed him. He dragged him across the court. Good. I bet you won't grab my nigga again. The fuck? Good. I had absolutely no problem with Draymond Green, what he did to Rudy Gobert. Absolutely none. I want my nigga to do that every motherfucking time. Okay? Last year, in the playoffs, against Domantas Sabonis, I call him Demonic Saboner. Demonic Saboner. Demonic Saboner got his ass stumped out, as he should have. Like, I don't understand. Like, what don't y'all see? What didn't you guys see about that play? Domantas Sabonis fell to the ground, and because he couldn't get up quick enough, as play was headed back down the other way, back down the court, he chose to grab Draymond Green's foot and prevent him from running back down the court. Like, you deserve to get stumped on, my nigga. Like, bro, you could break my ankle. You could break my foot, break a toe, pull a ligament, sprain my ankle. Like, bro, I'm trying to run down the court and you just grab my shit as I'm trying to run down the court, bro? Like, that's very dangerous. And I don't see how people don't see that. So he got stumped on, nigga. I'd have no problem with that. Stump on that nigga again if he do that type of shit again. What the fuck? And once again, Domantas Sabonis got no suspension. Didn't get kicked out of the game and all of that other shit. Why not? You see on the tape, like Dray, this is my point. Draymond doesn't do what he does to Rudy Gobert or to Domantas Sabonis if they don't do what they do first. That's my thing. Okay? So, with that being said, my nigga, I got no problem with those incidences. Okay? The Nurkic thing, okay, yeah, that was I didn't see no reason for you to do that. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie about that one. So I didn't understand that one. But I'm saying all that to say, bruh, Draymond, my dog. I fuck with Draymond to the end, and then they take shit overboard. Oh, hope Draymond gets the help he needs, and bro, Draymond don't need no fucking help. He ain't fucking crazy. He ain't no fucking violent motherfucker. Like, what type of violent incidences do he got off the court? Is he beating his wife? Is he beating his kids? Is he just in the streets running up a mug? He don't get in trouble off the court at all. This is not he needs to go get help and Draymond Green is a very, what's the word? Not exuberant. He's a very, hyper. He's a super intense basketball player. That's all it is. So when he get on the court, sometimes he goes a little overboard because he's just in the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment, he in the heat of battle, in the heat of competition, sometimes he loses it. But that's on the court. That's not off the court. That's my whole thing about the situation. So all this shit about he needs to go get help and this and that and see a psychiatrist and a shrink and go talk to a counselor and all this, so man, that fuck out of here with all that shit, bro. You don't need none of that. All you got to do is listen. When you're on the court, you can still do all that shit, nigga. You can be loud, rambunctious, argue with the refs, all that. You just can't be going upside niggas' heads, dog. You know what I'm saying? So that was like some UFC MMA shit he did to Nurkic. That shit was crazy. That nigga did a spin around, backhand to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And where he got in trouble is because once he spent around, his arms was up. If he had his hands on you and he was pushing you down, when you spin around, you can swipe his hands down. But to have your arms up when you turn around, knowing that this man's head is right behind you. Yeah, I didn't. So that's that's the only Draymond Green incident that I had a problem with his whole career. The kicking niggas in the nuts, I don't advise or advertise or condone kicking niggas in the nuts. But I never seen that kicking niggas in the nuts thing as like he was doing that on purpose. His leg was flailing as he was shooting the ball. Like, it just, he had to take that out of his game. But that's all that was. He wasn't, if you think this nigga was kicking niggas in the nuts on purpose, you just a dumb, stupid motherfucker. And I know I even got some niggas that some of my homies that even think that, but they dumb, stupid motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. He wasn't kicking nobody in the nuts on purpose, bro. It was just what was happening that at that for whatever reason he was shooting the ball and whatever his leg was flailing up. He just happened to kick a few niggas in the nuts. He corrected it. Okay, fine. And then the whole Jordan Poole situation, bro. No, I don't condone snuffing your motherfucking teammate, but bro, sometime in the heat of competition, in the heat of battle, things happen. That ain't the first time in practice that motherfuckers had a fight or somebody got punched or slapped or some shit like that. And everybody know that Jordan punched Steve Kerr and a few other motherfuckers. So I never thought that was a big deal like that. You know what I mean? If they can get through it, and then then I mean, I never looked at that as like shit happens, bro. Shit happens. Like that's all that you did. And making Jordan Poole this sympathetic figure, like come on, man, like, no, did Jordan Poole deserve to get punched in the face by the looks of it? No, but I don't know what the fuck he said. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you can't talk shit to everybody. You can't. That's what happens sometimes. Shouldn't have been talking shit. I don't know if it's well, if he didn't put his hands on. Listen, some motherfuckers, you can't talk shit to them like that. They'll slap the shit out your ass, whether you put your hands on them or not. It's just some people is just wired that way. It just is what it is. But yeah, so this is what Draymond Green got to do. The problem with what's been going on with Draymond Green is these incidents have been happening too close together. Okay, that's what the issue has been. Before they would be spread out. He always argue with the refs and all that other shit. But if he would do some crazy shit, it would always kind of be. It wouldn't be like back to back, like every 3-4 games, this nigga punching somebody or kicking somebody and shit. So what has happened this year is that, for one, we had the Domantas Sabonis situation in April or May or whatever that was during the playoffs. Then you come, so he got suspended a game for that. Then you come back this year, at the beginning of the year, and you get suspended and kicked out for the Rudy Gobert choke. Then you come back for 5 games, and then you have the Nurkic situation. You know what I mean? So it's just been like back to back to back to back. So that's what's making it along, mixed with the fact that the team wasn't doing good, and or the team wasn't winning as much as it has in years past. So all of that shit combined it makes it seem bigger than what it is. But all it is, Draymond, you hot right now, bro. You hot. They own you. You just gotta let it die down. You can have another incident. You just can't have it like soon as you come back, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the top of the year now, January 2024. Let a few months go by now, my nigga. Wait to have your next incident until like April and some shit. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta come back and just let the heat die down. You know what I mean? And then everybody forget about it and all that other shit. It's going to be, once he come back from this little suspension, it's going to be some talks about it and all that shit for the first 2-3 games or whatever. And then each game he plays going to go away, like as far as the buzz around Draymond is back. And is he going to do this and all that? 3, 4, 5 games into it, that ain't even going to be a thing no more. And you can just get back to playing basketball and just doing what you do. So that's all it is with Draymond. Draymond don't need no help. He ain't crazy. He ain't violent. He ain't none of that shit, bro. He's just an extremely intense basketball player. And sometimes in the heat of the battle, on the court, sometimes he loses it. You know what I mean? And so he just got to get a little bit more self-control over that. But that's it. But I say that to say this, about Draymond. I'm riding with him. Draymond Green is still like, he ain't dropped off hella much like that. I'm not going to sit here and say he's still the 2016, 2017 Draymond, but I think Klay overall has dropped off a little bit more from that time than what Draymond Green has, and that's just because of Klay injuries. You know what I'm saying? But Klay's still efficient enough to still be a splash brother. You know, he's a little more. Klay's always been a little bit streaky, and he's always like kind of had some moments where he kind of went through some shooting slumps. And Steph Curry too, every here and there. You know what I'm saying? So it's not unnormal, bro. Like bro, they won 4 championships, bro. All I need for the Golden State Warriors to do, and if they don't do it, it's fine. But all I need for them to do is be playing well from the All-Star break on. That's it. The regular season matters more to. I'm not trying to say it don't matter or it shouldn't matter to the Warriors. Okay, because it should. But when you've won as many championships as they've won, you pretty much know what you need to do and where you need to be at by a certain time to be kind of clicking on all cylinders to give yourself the best chance to win. These other teams that's, you know, at the top of the West right now, they care extremely much about the fucking regular season, because, and like I said, not that the Warriors don't care, they shouldn't care, but these other teams care more because they haven't accomplished what the Warriors have. Because the regular season matters a lot more to them because they don't have anything else to show for it. You know what I mean? This is how they show that they are the team that they are, and they're you know, they on the come up. You know what I'm saying? But the playoffs is different than the regular season. You know what I mean? As far as when you got one team to just focus on, you know what I mean? And you're not going from city to city every night, bouncing around from team to team. The Warriors are built for the playoffs. That's what they built for. They're less built for the regular season now because some of their core players are getting older. You know, the OKCs, and OKC is for real this year. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, but the OKCs and the Minnesotas and the Sacramentos and you know, even Denver to a certain point, even though they're kind of more of a veteran team now, but they still got some young cats. But you know, the Kings and the Thunder and the Wolves, like those teams, it matters to them to have a good record because they haven't been good in the past 10 years like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just need for the Warriors to be playing well from the All-Star break on. You know, and that's it. And so my overall stance and where my state of mind is with this dynasty is that yes, you can see that it's coming to an end, but that's okay. Like I'm not when I watch these games, if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. Now, some of the ways they've been losing these games is what's frustrating because it's like, I mean, come on, don't play with me. If you're going to lose a game, just lose the game, my nigga. Don't fucking get up by 20 and keep getting up by 20 and then let the team come all the and then get us thinking you're going to win the game and you're going to be something this year and then let the other team come back and win the game because you, in the fourth quarter, decided you want to throw the ball all over the motherfucking court and just keep handing it to them and turning it over. You know what I mean? That shit's frustrating. But still, even in that, and with that, I understand that these things don't last forever, bro. It's not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm appreciative of everything that this Golden State Warriors era has given its fan base. And if they can give us a little more, great. If not, it's okay, bro. It's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? It's perfectly fine if they can't give us no more championships, and they've given us enough. This is the premier team of this era. Not no team LeBron James been on, okay? With his fabricated ass career. Trying to trick niggas into thinking he the GOAT and shit. Boy, you ain't no motherfucking GOAT. I give LeBron James top 10. You know what I mean? He's somewhere in the top 10. But you ain't the GOAT, and you ain't number 2. Kobe is number 2 for me. Kobe is my number 2. That's the second greatest player of all time that I ever seen. It's Kobe damn Bryant. You ain't better than Kobe. But I just want these Warriors fans to understand and appreciate, and just you got to understand, this is not gonna last forever. It's not supposed to last forever. But don't talk about Steve Kerr and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green the way you like. Don't do them like that. Ain't no championships without neither one of them three, man. This ain't just Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? So, I believe they can turn shit around this year. But they gotta show it. You know what I'm saying? They gotta show me. I ain't finna. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, and I cut the dreads. You know what I mean? But yeah, I ain't finna. I'm not finna get all emotionally wound up into the shit when I see that the team is not. They blow too many leads. They blow too many games. So I'm like, hey, I you know what I mean? I want them to win, but if they don't win, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And so now, it's been a lot of in and out of the lineup. Gary Payton second, GP2 is just, right now GP2 just need to just get healthy, bro. Don't try to come back and rush back, when you can play just because you can. Get fully healthy, because right now you turn it into somebody that, you just can't be relied on. You just can't be relied on to be there. So just get fully healthy. So you got people in and out the lineup. Chris Paul just fractured a finger or a bone in his hand in last night's game against the Detroit Pistons. So he gonna be out for a month to 2 months. Draymond Green been suspended. So he's getting ready to come back. We just don't know when. I think he'll be back within the next week to 2. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Wiggins is starting to play a little bit better of late, but he's just lackadaisical a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, but I know it's in there. It's still somewhat early in the season. You know what I'm saying? I know he still got that 2022 Wiggins up in him. It's up in there. He just. So I'm not as down on him as a lot of the fan base. I'm giving him a little more time to just, because, like I said, that first 10 to 15 games, it was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, did you just forget to play how to play basketball, my nigga? But the last 10 games or so, he didn't pick it up, man. And he's had some good games this year that the Warriors blew. Like that first loss that we had against OKC. He basically hit the game-winning shot. Then these motherfuckers come down and let Chet Holmgren make a 3 at the buzzer to send the game in overtime, and then they fucking lose. When all they had to do was just prevent this nigga from shooting the 3, you know what I'm saying, and you win the game. But that game, Wiggins was the best player on Christmas Day against the Nuggets. In that game, Wiggins was the best player on the court for the Warriors. Not Steph Curry, not Klay Thompson, not Jonathan Kuminga. You know what I'm saying? It was Andrew Wiggins, and they end up losing. but he just never plays well on Christmas Day. But you got that situation. And then you got, Klay Thompson also has been coming on better as of late. But I'm just not worried about Klay. And it's just, this is Klay Thompson. You know what I mean? I just feel like, and I know he ended the season last year against the Lakers in that series on a dud. It was a bad shooting series for him. And so, that is kind of still lingering. Like, is he going to do that shit again? But even if he does, like I said, I don't give a fuck. It's Klay Thompson. He done gave me 4 rings, so I'm just not worried. I'm just not. Klay Thompson can do no wrong in my eyes. You know what I mean? Yep, I want him to make more shots. You know what I mean? But and he has been as of late. But if he get back into a slump, or if he don't make shots, what the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? And Steph Curry with all them fucking elementary fucking turnovers. You know what I'm saying? So it's a collection, and now let me, it's the last part of this that I want to get to. I may have forgotten some shit, I don't know, but the Jonathan Kuminga thing, right? So for me, I know the fan base loves Jonathan Kuminga and stuff like that, but at this point, for me, with everything that this man been saying to the media, and knowing how this era of the Warriors has been when it's come to cohesiveness and being together and team and nobody being above the team type shit, and this nigga going to the media talking about him and this and that and more playing time, and he ain't got no faith in Steve Kerr and all that shit no more. Oh, just trade him. You know what I mean? It's just time to trade him and get him up out of here now then. You know what I'm saying? Because and I feel him to a certain extent, because he looking at it like, you know what I mean, he want to get that bag. He won't get that bag, though. You know what I'm saying? But the Warriors still think that they have the team that can, possibly win another championship. So the Warriors and Steve Kerr need Jonathan Kuminga to do what they need him to do within the team structure, within the team system, to help the team win. Not for Jonathan Kuminga to be showcased, you know what I mean? So that, he can get, but like I said, he trying to get that money, and I understand that. So that's why I think it's better to trade him somewhere where he can go show that he's good enough to get that $100 million contract. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan Poole did. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Poole was just able to do that here within the structure of the team and help us win a championship. So that's why he got that. Jonathan Kuminga got to understand, like, this is my thing. You know what I mean? I agree a lot with media member John Dickinson, JD, formerly used to be on 95.7 The Game, and I'm glad he moved over to KMBR because he ain't with that drama shit. I like a lot of the shit that John Dickinson say, okay? I agree with a lot of stuff that he say. I don't agree with everything that nobody say, but most of the stuff that he says, I agree with. You know what I'm saying? About the Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga is he's trying to get his. You know what I mean? It's about, hey, I got to get mine. I gotta, you know what I mean? I got to get to the basket. But he doesn't have a very wide bag. Like, I agree with John Dickinson when he says that I think that Jonathan Kuminga, he's a great young player, but I think that he thinks he's a little bit better than what he is. You know what I'm saying? And he want to get that money, and then now
you coming out to the media and doing things that, so see, we don't do that here. Not this era of Golden State Warriors players. We don't do that. We don't go to the media and talk about, I ain't unhappy, I need to be playing more and this and that. I'm confused about my role and I don't have faith in Steve Kerr no more, that he's going to be able to get me to where I want to be in my career. Like, bro, you could go say that to that man. You can go right there and say that to that man. But to go to the media, it's like, okay, all right, so me personally as a fan, I ain't got no problem seeing him go. Because like I said, my loyalty lies with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Steve Kerr. That's where my loyalty lies. Those are the 4 key components that have brought these championships. Yes, Andre Iguodala too, Sean Livingston, Andrew Bogut, Kevon Looney, David West, Jordan Poole, everybody, Leandro Barbosa, Otto Porter, GP2. Yeah. My guy, Nothing Easy. The motherfucker they said hurt. Kawhi Leonard in that game. I forget his name, man. Zaza Pachulia. You know what I'm saying? All of these, but I'm saying the key components, and I'm only not saying Andre Iguodala just because he's not playing. Otherwise, I would be saying Iggy too, because he's been there from the beginning too. He ain't been there since the beginning, like Steph, Klay, and Dray, but he came like he been there from the beginning of all the championships. He was here a year before Steve Kerr. So he was also coached by Mark Jackson. And Mark Jackson is also, my loyalty is also always with Mark Jackson too, because he started it. He laid the foundation. Like that, it just is what it is. And then Steve Kerr came and put his polish on there and took it over the top. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying the 4 that have been, that you just gotta have. You know what I'm saying? And that's Steve Kerr, Steph, Klay, and Dray. That's where my loyalty lies. So I would love for Jonathan Kuminga to be at a state, but if that's what you want to do, you can get going, brother. Like a lot of us, we didn't have no problem with KD leaving. So you think we give a fuck about you? Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? You can go, dog. You know what I'm saying? You can go. You already won a championship with us in 22. That was the year Jonathan Kuminga was a rookie. He didn't really contribute like that. He played a little bit, you know what I mean? But he wasn't a big factor in the he contributed and he was on the team. He contributed a little bit, but had he not played at all that year, they still would have won the championship. Like, that's what I mean. His contribution, had really no effect on the team. As far as Moody probably contributed a little bit more in the playoffs that year than him as a rookie. I just remember Moody having a little bit of a bigger role in the Western Conference Finals against the Dallas Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? Moody was kind of, he was showing his face a little bit in that series. You know what I'm saying? And then in the finals, it was all vets. You know what I'm saying? And the rookies kind of got. And Jonathan and James Wiseman was on the team too, but he didn't play at all that year. He was supposed to come back and play, but when he was getting ready to come back, there was a little soreness in his knee and stuff like that. And they just said, and it was almost time for the playoffs to start, so they just kept him out and just said, we just gonna, you know what I mean, But Wiseman got a ring too. And if you own a team, you deserve a ring, whether you played or not. You own the team. You know what I'm saying? You was hurt, but you own the team. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying with Kuminga, I'm not saying that it's like it's more about him than the team, and that's the element that just it can't be there, bro. It just can't be there if you're trying to win a championship. So for me, I got no problem if Kuminga get traded. I know everybody's saying Wiggins, you know what I'm saying, but the fact that I seen Wiggins do it, I mean, I'm just giving him a little more leeway. I just am. Like Wiggins was the second best player for the Warriors in overall in the 22 playoffs. You know what I mean? And especially in the two most important rounds, which was the Western Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. He was the second best player. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Poole was probably the second best player that first round and a little bit of the second round, but definitely the first round against the Nuggets, Jordan Poole was balling out. But so the fact that I've seen Wiggins do it, you know what I'm saying, is the reason why I'm just always going to give Wiggins a little more. I'm just going to give him a little more leeway. Like I mean, he ain't no old ass player. You know what I mean? The nigga only 29. You feel me? So, he's still in his prime. So with Kuminga, that's my take on Kuminga and that whole situation. Like, you doing all that talking in the media and going against the coach and all that, like, I don't feel nothing like a lot of these fans feel about Steve Kerr. Like, they talk about they like fire that nigga. That's lunacy. That's absolute lunacy, bro. Like, what? Like you guys don't understand how this works. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a legacy coach. You don't just fire no nigga like that. The fuck? He has earned the right to be there to me as long as he motherfucking want to be. Now, I know Joe Lacob gonna have something to say about that, but I'm just saying. Come on, man. Somebody like that, you don't, this ain't no, you niggas get mad in the moment at something that happened in fucking game 26 of a regular season game and want the nigga fired and shit. Like, I just don't get it. Like, this social media and this new era and this just made motherfuckers just forget like that. Like, they know more than you, bro. Like, I always say this to myself, man. I'm so glad that a lot of these media members and fans don't have nothing to do with the outcome of what's going on with the team and decisions being made. Because, boy, if so, ooh-wee, these teams would fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? Because fans is just emotional. You can't go off your emotions, bro. This big boy shit. These is contracts being signed. Like, somebody got to show you over the course of a long period of time that they fucking up before you just give up on them and shit. This big money. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, what y'all don't understand is, when you won as many championships as these guys have won, you gonna get to this what it is. Like, all the young players, Kuminga and Moody, and you got to, hey, it is what it is. You got drafted to a team that is a fucking dynasty. So
hey, you gotta, it's a pecking order, my nigga. You gotta wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? Or fall in line, you know what I mean? What they say, get in where you fit in. Because it just is what it is, my nigga. As long as they feel they still in a position, now this year is going to say a lot about this, but as long as they still feel like they're in a position to where they even have the, not if they're going to win it, you never know, but if they feel like they're in a position to still win a championship, it's going to be Steph, Klay, and Dray. Like, that's who's going to take you there. Yeah, they say how can Pajinski be getting more playing time than Moody and you know, playing more minutes than Kuminga when he's a rookie and they've been here for 3 years now, and that's because he do all the little things that the team needs him to do to win. Like this nigga hustling, this nigga grabbing. Bro, we need motherfuckers that grab rebounds. This nigga a guard that's grabbing 7-8 rebounds a game and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and he plays a certain way, and you can, and he plays the way that Steve Kerr needs him to play, and his style of play contributes to winning. Everybody can't be the star. Kuminga, like, you're not gonna be the star with Steph and Klay on the team. You just not, and you shouldn't. Like, if Kuminga is your best player, my nigga, you a fucking lottery team. You just fucking is. Nigga, Kuminga is like, at least right now, he can. I'm not saying he can't grow to be better, and he do got the potential, but everything with Kuminga, I'm sorry, but it's all pure athleticism type shit. It ain't like skill-wise. Like he got like a deep bag. He don't got that. It's like on some LeBron James, pure athleticism, physique. I'm just more, you know, physically gifted than you type shit. And there's something to be said for that. Like, that's how you get there to that point. But once you get to the NBA, brother, everybody can run, jump, and dunk. You know what I'm saying? Some better than others. But skill that propels you to a certain level. I mean, just look at the best player in the world right now, motherfucking Nikola Jokic. That motherfucker ain't got an athletic bone in his motherfucking body, but skill-wise, he might be the best skilled motherfucker in the league. This nigga can do every motherfucking thing on the court, nigga. What the fuck this nigga can't do? Shoot, pass, dribble, and I'm not saying handles-wise like dribble, but I'm saying as far as he get to where he needs to get to. Offensively, there's nothing you can do with Nikola Jokic. It's just nothing you can do. You just can't do it with it. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much, well, you know, that's all I wanted to say about that, man. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Snax on Sportz. I'm back like a motherfucker, but yeah, overall, man, me with this Warriors dynasty, the whole summary to everything that I'm saying is I'm riding with my niggas to the motherfucking end, dog. You know what I'm saying? Steph, Klay, Dray, Steve, Kerr, and I'm trusting whatever the team wants to do, I'm with. Because they've already shown to me they know what the fuck they doing. They won 4 championships. Just because we hit a little turbulence, I'm not finna act like they don't know all of a sudden know what the fuck they doing. It's a little rough patch. And also, they've been going at it for a long time, and they've won a lot. And sometimes, just subconsciously, you could think that you want it as bad as you think you want it, but sometimes you like they didn't ate so much, bro. Their stomachs is full. They may think they want it. They going so hard, but they may not be going hard as they think they going because they didn't won so much, just subconsciously, just naturally, just as a human being. Once you didn't been fed so much and you didn't have so much success, it's just natural to me, and that's the reason why Michael Jordan is the greatest. Because through all of that shit, nigga, through all of that winning and success, nigga, he still found a way. You know how hard it is to win. This nigga three-peated twice. This motherfucker three-peated twice, bitch, and y'all niggas acting like y'all gonna say somebody else better than this nigga. Come on, man. Like, do y'all understand that there's only been three-peats in the modern NBA since the fucking 60s Celtics and shit? There's been 3. He got 2 of them. The other one was Shaq and Kobe's Lakers. And Shaq and Kobe both can be considered top 5 all time. I got him number 2. And Shaq is in my top 10. And I'm not mad if somebody want to have him top 5. I don't have him in my top 5. I got him right outside my top 5, like number 6, number 7. But them is 2 of the I mean, and guess who their coach was? Phil Jackson. So there was a link there. Phil Jackson is three-peated 3 times and shit. Like, this nigga was fucking amazing. So that means, bro, Jordan three-peated twice. And there's only been 3 three-peats in like fucking 60 bums. You young motherfuckers, y'all niggas think they bums because you wasn't there to see it. John Stockton wasn't no fucking bum. Karl Malone wasn't no fucking bum. Charles Barkley wasn't no fucking bum. Reggie Miller wasn't no fucking bum. Patrick Ewing wasn't no motherfucking bum. Clyde Drexler, these motherfuckers ain't bums. These all-time great players. Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. Now, I know Gary Payton ended up getting the ring, down the line, with the Heat in 2006, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about in his prime, when he got to the finals and he was prevented from that championship because he just happened to run into Michael Jordan. There's no shame in that. Okay? But that's why he's the greatest. And just look at the Warriors. And just look at who y'all want to put up there as motherfucking LeBron James, you motherfucking LeBron sexuals. In 20 years, this nigga barely scraping 4 championships. You know what I'm saying? And still ain't won as much as Jordan in less. The Jordan won more in less time, bro, in far less time. Okay? So how that relates to the Warriors is, I'm saying that is they won so much, man. Hey, sometimes you might just get tired of winning. Not literally, you don't get tired of winning, but it's just like, damn. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much it. I'm riding with my niggas, man. I'm riding with the guys to the end. Steph, Klay, Dray, Steve, Kerr. Hey, I'm going down with the ship, as they would say. I'm going down with the ship then. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna jump off the ship now. After I was on the ship when we was doing all the winning. No, fuck that. I'm riding with them. I don't got no problem with nothing that they do. Whatever, whatever choices that the front office want to make, I'm with it. You know what I mean? Whoever they trade, I'm with it. You know what I mean? As long as it ain't Steph, Klay, or Dray. And I'm standing behind Steve Kerr and Jonathan Kuminga. I want them traded. Nigga, you talking that shit, you want to get out there and go get your money elsewhere, you want to, hey, get going then, little boy. So, yeah, that's all it is, man. Snacks on Sports. I'll be back with another one probably tomorrow.